The new upcoming movie, The Last Rodeo by Angel Studios, is all about bull riding, family, and the gospel of Jesus. But there's one big problem with this film. The Christian faith is shown to be something that's more cultural than anything else. The movie has characters riding horses, drinking beer, getting into bar fights, while also trying to preach the gospel in some questionable ways. So The Last Rodeo is about a retired rodeo star who, in order to save his sick grandson, enters a high-stakes bull riding competition. Right from the get-go, we recognize a really familiar motif of an older man from a previous generation coming back and trying to prove himself to a changed world. It's a kind of story we have seen again and again in movies like Top Gun: Maverick, Logan, and many genre movies, like mostly action movies. What's quite unique about The Last Rodeo right here is that it's set in the world of competitive, like sports, bull riding. A thing that I haven't seen in a film ever. And it's also a thing that's quite exotic for me as a European. I mean, this film is very American. And don't get me wrong, I have a lot of familiarity with American culture and share a lot of the fundamental beliefs that the United States was founded on. But I gotta be honest that this film made me feel really European. Things like horse riding, pickup driving, cowboy hat wearing in this film is shown so casually, like it's just a normal thing. And right alongside of that, we have the theme of faith, which is spoken of in the same casual manner. And at first, I really appreciated that. Conversations about the Bible and about people giving their testimony. It's really smoothly incorporated into the story, and it's a really hard thing to do for a lot of faith-based and Christian films. The problem is this: the same characters that in one scene profess their faith, a couple of scenes later drink whiskey, get into bar fights, which shows the Christian faith to be something cultural and not really something life-changing. The target audience of this film is really clear. It's older, conservative American Christians. But I believe that this film gives that audience the only comforts without any realness or challenges. And at the same time, the movie won't really be interesting for people that are outside of the target audience. On the one hand, I really gotta give Angel Studios some shout out for really committing on making a film for this specific kind of audience, like all the way. At the same time, I don't really believe that this audience will be served in a really good way with the movie, because the film is really lacking some quality. I saw an advanced press screener of The Last Rodeo, and it may just be that the movie is still a work in progress, but some of the CGI shots and scenes looked absolutely awful. Anytime you see stock footage being used or drone footage, you feel it. It's like in terms of quality worse than the rest of the movie. And even the editing felt quite choppy and not with a clear direction. The pacing is kind of off. The movie almost felt like you're watching a director's cut with bonus scenes. And the trailer for this film is like amazing. It's really well edited, and it definitely makes it look better than it actually is. The only part that's like really well executed in this film are the bull riding scenes. They definitely deliver on the roughness, intensity, excitement that you expect from this. And I walked away from this film really having the feeling that I got a glimpse into a world that I otherwise wouldn't have come to know. The main actor, Neil McDonough, also gives like a really good performance actually, and in real life he seems to be a true man of God that refused again and again to conform to kind of the wicked ways of the Hollywood industry, but still somehow managed to find a way to have a prolific, successful career starring as a Christian actor in films that mean a lot to him. I read online that he basically refuses to do any kissing scenes because of his beliefs, and I think it's a great thing. He has some kind of romantic scenes with his dead wife in this film, and the character of the protagonist's wife in this film is actually played by the real life wife of Neil McDonough, so I think that's a beautiful thing. Also, I saw an interview with him talking about his sobriety, and given that the main character in this film is also sober and has a really difficult past with alcoholism, it feels like this is an important movie for the main characters. I just wish that this would have led into a better movie. It's a problem when faith-based movies show Christian characters that live out their beliefs inconsistently without condemning it. And I don't expect every Christian faith-based movie to preach overtly preach the gospel in any way, but I do expect more than to get a sense of gratification for being a more open, leisurely Christian when I watch a Christian movie. The heroic ending never uses the opportunity to point to God, and it feels like the redemption and comeback of the main character only comes out of his sheer own abilities and strength. And I just think that this is exactly the kind of wishy-washy message that faith-based movies in particular should not be giving. Alright guys, this is it for my review of The Last Rodeo. Thank you so much for watching my video right here. I hope to have you back in the next one, and God bless you all.